Let's go to this video and you guys tell me what your thoughts are.
In the city of Dnipro last night, the missiles rained down. Multiple streams that kept on coming. But these weren't ordinary missiles, and the attack has taken the conflict to a whole new level. In a televised address, Vladimir Putin confirmed Russia had fired a new hypersonic medium-range ballistic missile, a response to what he called escalation from the West. At first, Moscow wouldn't comment on the reports it had fired a new missile.
Да. Алло.
Its foreign ministry spokeswoman was interrupted mid-briefing by a caller who could be heard telling her to stay quiet.
Oh my God.
But the Kremlin is silent no longer, even threatening a similar attack on any country whose weapons are being fired on Russia. That includes
any countries whose weapons are being fired on Russia. Didn't Joe Biden just give the green light to use American missiles for Ukraine to attack Russia? Oh boy. Like I said, I think people's priorities may change up if this war starts to escalate. I think people's priorities may change. And maybe that's just what people need. Maybe that's what people need to wake up and realize what's maybe a little bit more important than some of the issues that, you know, we're fighting for. Some of the issues that came up in this election, some of the craziness. We're fighting over whether or not boys should be allowed to have should be allowed to play against sports with girls. We're fighting against whether or not there should be tampons in boys' bathrooms. We're paying attention to all those things when we may be on the brink of a nuclear war. And clearly our leadership is not strong enough to end this conflict. Clearly our leadership is demonstrating, instead of giving the green light, Biden, why don't you say, stop, all of y'all stop. We're applying the pressure and we're applying our muscle as the strongest country in the world. Stop. Clearly, that's not happening. So clearly, we're not powerful enough to do so, because you would think that if we were, then that's what we would do, right? So, like I said, when the fear, maybe we need a little bit more fear. Maybe we need a little bit more for people to realize how much of a serious situation this is and to take it a little more seriously and maybe put pressure on Biden, put pressure on the Democrats that are in office right now to not try to start something, and especially considering, I don't want to say especially considering, but I was going to say trying to start something just because you lost to Trump and now you're trying to escalate a situation. Maybe you should nip it in the bud as quick as possible, or try to, or take certain steps. Maybe Biden, hopefully he met with Trump for a couple hours. It would be amazing if the two of them could get together and say, like, okay, this is the plan. You know, we're clearly in a crisis situation right now. You're getting ready to take over the presidency. Join us on this and figure out a way that we can have bipartisan efforts, bring the country together in order to solve this problem that, if it becomes a bigger problem, could impact all of us. If something happens, if Russia does something to the United States, they're not saying, okay, just in the Democrat states, or just do the Democrats, or just get rid of the Republicans. They're not saying that. They're just saying America. So maybe we should look at it through that lens as well.
Includes the UK.
We consider ourselves entitled to use our weapons against military facilities of those countries that allow their weapons to be used against our facilities. And in the event of an escalation of aggressive actions, we will respond decisively and reciprocally.
This was apparently the provocation. Ukrainian strikes on Russia's Kursk region using British Storm Shadow missiles. That's after other assaults from Kyiv involving American missiles. In an interview with Sky's Mark Austin, an accusation from Russia's ambassador to the UK.
Britain and UK is now directly involved in this war because this fighting cannot happen without without NATO staff, British staff as well.
But you are using Chinese dual-use technology. You're using Iranian missiles. You're using Iranian drones. You're using North Korean troops. So are you saying all those countries are now directly involved too?
On that subject, I can say easily that we have plenty of mercenaries from different countries that are fighting right now on the side of Ukraine. So what's the matter?
It's that kind of...
Oh, pretty much. Yes, we're in a world war. That's what I just heard, because he was saying that with Putin's stance is, hey, anybody who's given Ukraine weapons and that Ukraine is using those weapons from whatever country that they're coming from, we consider you an enemy as well. That's what I'm hearing from Russia. And then this other gentleman, the interviewer, asked, I think, a fair question, a needed question, and said, well, what about all the people that are supporting y'all? You're getting the North Korean troops. You're getting these missiles from Iran. You're getting, what about, are you saying that all those people are involved as well? If you're, you know what I mean? If you're applying the same logic over here, you got to apply it over here. So pretty much, I don't know. Like, I don't know why this isn't a bigger issue. Like, to me, one of the biggest things that we should be pushing Biden to prioritize are ending this war, particularly. Of course, Palestine, Israel, but ending this war, ending that war, those should be priorities. And hopefully, Biden, do something in the last couple months that can enhance your legacy. Do something in the last couple months that can enhance your legacy, because this could potentially get very bad, and it could be bad enough and big enough to the point where Donald Trump may not be able to come in and just fix it as easy as he may think he can fix it.
Of reasoning Russia hopes will force the UK to back down, but there was no sign of that earlier.
The front line is now less stable than at any time since the early days of the full-scale Russian invasion in February 22. And we've seen in recent weeks a very clear escalation from Putin and his forces.
For now, Ukraine's allies are still calling the Kremlin's bluff, but the threats keep on coming. Ivor Bennett, Sky News, Moscow.
100 years ago, it was
Tom Sowell. All right, so we actually, I was gonna actually play this video, but I didn't have it scheduled, so we're not gonna play this video. We're gonna move that maybe to Monday. I think Thomas Sowell may be somebody that we begin to start studying. Maybe do you say we begin to start studying? We begin to study. I think Tom Sowell is going to be somebody that we begin to study. Yeah, if you're not familiar, get familiar. But yeah, that situation between Ukraine and Russia, we need to figure out something. And like Uncle Brother said, end it. They don't want it to end. The defense industry is making too much money. War equals big money. This is why Trump was needed. Trump, you may not like how that medicine tastes, but sometimes you need that medicine. You may not like how the vegetables taste, how the fruit tastes, but you still need it at times to solve certain problems. Trump was needed and is needed. Let me say, Trump is needed. All you have to do is just look at what's going on. Look at what we reported on today. From the health of our country, we got a mental health crisis, we got a physical health crisis, we got a spiritual health crisis. Democrats have been in power 12 of the last 16 years. Clearly, they haven't been able to provide an answer to it. What else did we talk about today? The migrant issue, right? They destroyed, they totally fumbled when it came to the migrant issue. Quadrupled the amount of people that were coming in when they first got rid of the executive orders that Trump had in place with migration, with migrants coming in. And it quadrupled under the Biden-Harris administration. Totally fumbled that. Donald Trump is needed. May not be the medicine that you like, and it may not come in the form that you like, but it's hard to complain about the solution. You're going to complain about Donald Trump's solution when the Democrats created the problem. And of course, people will say, well, it's always been an issue. Well, they significantly increased the problem and then had ample time to solve the problem, could not solve the problem. Now you're going to criticize Donald Trump's technique in solving the problem after you just made it a huge issue? I don't know. All of these different things. And then you got Ukraine and Russia. We're playing both sides with Israel and Palestine. Like, Donald Trump is needed. People do not respect the United States of America under Joe Biden's leadership, under Kamala Harris's potential leadership. People just don't respect it. So it's needed. It may not be what you like, may not taste well. It's needed. It's needed. All right, let's I want to share a couple more lighthearted videos with y'all.
Ew, it's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.